Camera all set up here. Oh, I hope you guys are doing well. I was just Googling something and the news. Am I right? I'd rather just craft. Well, it's bright and early here. I don't know what time it might be wherever you're watching, or whenever you're watching this, but I wanted to hop on here and make some Jane Austen ephemera for my Anne of Green Gables journals. I'm going to take off one of my noisy necklaces. I just know it hits my glass mat a lot. So while I'm doing that, yeah, I just really want to finish these of Anne of Green Gables journals and move on. And I still have the covers to make. I have the pages pretty much done. We might work on those a little bit too. And then I just really wanted to add this these printables. So everything I'm using today is from Tsunami Rose. She is on Etsy. Here's all the information. And tsunami-rose.net. So there she is. There's her contact. Okay. I'm on her design team, and I really wanted to use all of this beautiful ephemera. I just, knowing the time period of when Anne of Green Gables took place, she would have had her hot little hands all over some Jane Austen books. So that's why I decided to incorporate Jane Austen into those journals. I tried printing on my coffee dyed paper. My printer hated that experience. We won't be doing that again. So it's got, just dark smudges everywhere. But that's okay. I'm actually still going to use that ephemera. I have some stuff pre-cut, some of it's not, and that'll become clear in just a moment as we start to work with all this. But I really love these. Tsunami Rose, a lot of times, whatever the theme of the kit is, she does these really beautiful distressed backgrounds with the frame and the subject matter. And I think these are my favorite parts of her kits a lot of the times. And then I like these a lot. This is from a different kit, but I thought it was beautiful. I'm always a sucker for roses all of the time. So I printed up these as well. I'm not sure what I want to do with these just yet. But then I also printed up some postcards. There's another sheet of those. She had some envelopes as well. And I do have a couple of those cut out. So, I'll just fussy cut them out. Doesn't take that long. And I think these would be really great for the center of your journals, depending on how you sew it in. You could put this in the middle. A lot of people do that. They hide the closure, the tie of their binding with an envelope. So that's always an option. I don't know if I'll do that. I like seeing the binding personally. It's handmade. All right, so let me just jump right into this. So I like these collage sheets a lot. We will definitely be using those. I did try to prepare for this live just a little bit. I do have some things pre-cut. I cut out a couple of these, and then I decided, well, I'm probably going to back them. So one reason why, I've cut around the edges, but I haven't separated these postcards is because if I'm going to back them, it makes more sense to back them as a group. It saves a lot of time versus cutting them all apart and then collaging or backing them with paper. It just reduces the amount of cutting you have to do. So same thing with these that are 4 up. If I'm going to back them, then I'm going to go ahead and back them and then cut everything out. And it just saves a lot of time. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to start nice and easy. I think I'm going to collage on the back of these postcards first. So let me grab all of the postcards. I still don't know how many of these Anne of Green Gables journals I'm making. Quite a few, I suspect. We'll see. At least 6. 4 fat ones or 8 thin ones. I'm not sure, or somewhere in between. I have a lot of material. I did emboss some pages here. I just folded these in half and ran them through my embossing folder. I have a tall and skinny embossing folder, and I just ran them through like that. I wanted some of these beautiful flowers. This is on a tan paper, and then I did a couple of small ones on white, real heavy cardstock, and then I did another one that's kind of like a floral fabric look. Good morning, Gloria. How are you? So that's everything I have. We'll just get going here. Let me grab this other sheet of postcards. I think I only printed 2 of these. So we'll start with the postcards. I think for these 2, I'm gonna have some wallpaper. Some other things I grabbed before starting this live was some trim, like this kind of eyelet trim. I have this button fabric, I have some ribbon, and then I have this, you guys, this was like a shawl or something, and the sleeves of it look like this. It was a thrift store find, of course, and I couldn't pass it up. If you're ever looking for something really you know, ornate trims and stuff, you know, check, you never know what you might find. And here's the bottom of it. So just got a ton of it, and I think this was like 50 cents or something at the thrift store. Not much at all. And I have all this trim. So this is what I thought I could embellish some of these items with today. Yeah, I'm doing well, Gloria. Very busy. I should be sleeping, but I can't. So here I am in the craft room. I'll probably just have to, I don't know, maybe sleep really well tonight, I hope. Okay, I have some wallpaper. Let me grab that. Right here, and let's get this collage started. These pages are beautiful. I think they would be really pretty on here. I had grabbed these for another project, I think related to the Anne journals, but I just hadn't used them yet. So I'm gonna turn my postcards over and get started. I mean, since this wallpaper is so long, the thing is if it's too white, it's just gonna cover. I don't want it to make the whole postcard the back of that. So let me grab my ruler. We'll start tearing. Peachy girl, good morning. How are you, Donna? Okay. When I can't sleep, I craft. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I have to really try hard to sleep. I really do, but the struggle is real. I'm gonna go ahead and tear off the excess white edges here. Only on these 2 edges. I really want to get these journals done because I'm already kind of, well, I don't know about you guys, but how y'all are with projects, but a lot of times I start something and I like to finish it before I start something else. That's typically what I do. Like 80% of the time, that's how I operate. I start a project, I finish it, then I move on. But these journals, I've started them and gone back and forth with them. These are just different sizes, that's okay. So many times. So I really want to just get them done. Okay, now this is going to be better. Okay, I'm just going to start kind of laying things out here. I can use my glue stick. Oh, you haven't gone to bed yet. Good morning from Maryland. Well, you know, we all have different sleep schedules, right? That's why I don't mind going live at 5:30 in the morning, because I know we have lots of friends on different schedules. And I figure if people can't catch me live, they can catch the replay. This is kind of my time before everyone wakes up. The rest of my day belongs to everybody else. It belongs to my employer. It belongs to my children and family. So this is my time of the day where I get to do what I want to do. So I really cherish my early mornings. I'm missing my hubby. Oh my gosh. He's been gone since Monday, but he'll be gone for a while. He used to tour a lot when he was a musician, and before we had kids. I was more used to it then. Okay, now I just miss him. Okay, so I'm going to lay down some more paper here. Someone could easily write on this. This is what the fronts look like. I think I want a little more patterned paper. I can maybe bring in some book pages. Let's see here. This was like a clean off sheet that I had of my brown paper, and I don't want to use a ton of it, but I think a little of it would be pretty. Thinking about making some writing boards. Do you guys make writing boards for your journals? They are nice. If you add a lot of embellishments and things to your journals, to have a writing board is nice. Okay, let's see. Let's just see how a few of these look mixed in here. Later this evening, I'm going to try to get a video edited for you guys and out tomorrow. It's a card video. Now, I want to put some of this paper on here as well. Oh gosh. Oh, Donna, I understand. I'm either can't get enough sleep or I can't sleep. It seems like these days. I wish it was consistent. Let's put that there. Maybe put a piece here. Okay, and now let me mix in a little bit of book pages. Let me see what I got handy. Oh, I don't know this book. I don't know if this is a don't know if this is PG or not. I don't like using book pages that I'm not certain don't have profanity or things in them, so I'm not going to use that book page or that book in general because I don't know it that well. Let me bring in this instead. This is a scrap. I keep my scraps in a box right underneath my desk, so they're always handy. I think that'll actually work pretty well. And I can just tuck that underneath there. Whoops, my hands are a little sticky. I want this to go down here, I think, and this to go on top. Okay. We'll put this here, and then I'm gonna use a piece of washi tape along this edge. So we've filled in this page. Let me just glue it down. Okay, so this piece first. It's Thursday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited it's Thursday. I have a new employee on my team at work that I'll be training. I'm excited about that. She seems so sweet. And so that's always fun when you get to bring on someone new and, you know, bring them into the fold. That's what I will be doing today. Let's see, I have to make sure I move that up just enough. Been thinking about subscribing to the Spellbinders Embossing Folder Club, you guys. Is anybody else subscribed to that? I mean, you know what you get. You get an embossing folder. It's $15 a month. That includes shipping. I was checking it out yesterday. I haven't been subscribed to one of their kits in years. I used to subscribe to their card kits and their die kits, and it has been years. And I really love embossing folders. It was my favorite thing. The thing that hooked me on card making was embossing folders. And so I like them for my journals. I like them for my cards. And I like the size is the reason why I'm interested in the Spellbinders ones right now, is because of the size of them. This piece needs to go here. Okay. I've been trying to decide what kind of covers to put these Anne of Green Gables in. I've been thinking I'll make one that's in a book cover that's 2 signatures. And then the others I'll put in a more simple cover and they'll be single signatures. I have some washi tape here. I used a whole roll of washi tape this week. That makes me very happy. So when I cleared that one off my desk, I grabbed another. Now these are thin rolls, which is fine. I actually prefer to just have a thin, you know, roll of washi that doesn't have a ton of tape on it like this, because then, you know, I can use it up and move on. Okay, so let's cut these up. Sorry, I threw that on my desk. And let's see how they turned out. I don't have any ephemera cut for these, but I have a huge ephemera box that last night I was like, what am I gonna do with that ephemera box? I think what I'm gonna do is pull it all out of the box. I'm going to sort it by, of course, the things that I want to keep, the things that I don't, I think first, and then the things that I do want to keep, kind of sorted out by subject matter, like flowers, birds, whatever's in there, and then put it in a folder and just start using it. Just keep it on my desk and start using it. Okay. Kim, good morning. How are you? Hi, Vicki. Good morning. How is it in Oklahoma, Vicky? Is it just blazing hot like it is here in Texas? Oh my goodness. I know Kim's fine up there in Alaska. Surely it's not. We're under a heat advisory here this week. The heat index is supposed to be 115. So basically, Mother Earth is trying to boil us. Oh my gosh, it's just so hot. And I don't have a very high tolerance for it. To be honest, it wipes me out on really hot days, and I go out and I try to do things and go places. It just wears me out. I come home, I have to take a nap. It's too hot. Okay, let's see how these turned out. Yay. I like it. Yeah, I like that bit of color. It's unexpected. Cool. I like that one. I like the ones that have more variety. But those are fun. There it is. So the only thing I might do then, but I'm not going to make y'all sit here, and I don't even have my brush here, sit through it, is to distress the edges. Let's see. I have a small brush. My big brush is in the other room. Yeah, this one doesn't even have any ink on it. But yeah, one thing I might do is distress the edges of them. And it doesn't have to be like in vintage photo. It doesn't have to be brown or at all. A lot of times I'll use like pink, like I am now, or blue, green, yellow. You can use any color of the rainbow to do that. Let's do the other side. These aren't really a journaling spot. It's just a piece of ephemera. I mean, someone could journal there. But yeah. So, okay, cool. We made a bunch of postcards. Yay. Now, I could come back in and look at this. I got 7 yards for $1.75. So amazing. Most certainly could come in and add lace to these. We could definitely embellish these more. I think it would be even fun to run these through the embossing folder. Let's do that. Let me just do that real quick because I have my folder here somewhere. Where is she? There she is. See, this one doesn't have any embossing at all. So maybe for the ones that don't have any embossing, I could just run it through my embossing folder. I'm going to show y'all something that I did this morning when I was prepping and doing embossing and stuff. First, let's look at this. Cool. I probably should have left her face out of the mix, but that's okay. If I ran it like this, and there should be enough room on my embossing plate, you know, I could have put it here, had her hang off, but that's okay. I don't mind it. And honestly, you can kind of flatten. Let me show you that. So let's say we're not okay with her face. We can fix that. So I made myself a shim today for my 2D embossing, I think. So there's like 3D now, and then there's like the more 2D. I made myself a shim today. So I'm just gonna grab my foam here, and hopefully I have the right tool. We'll just use this one. I think this will work. You can kind of flatten your paper if you don't want the flower right there on her face. Maybe you want her arm to not be so bumpy. Don't we all want our arms to not be so bumpy? And then her neck, maybe Just kind of using my bone folder and flattening it out and taking some of that out. But yeah, pretty. Then we can do some of this. Why not? I got 7 yards of it. I pulled this out for something else, but that's okay. It'd be pretty to stitch this on, but I'm not going to do that right now. We will just glue this on and it will stay. You've been in the 60s and oh, rain. I love rain. And not just because it's like 115 here, but I just love rain. I love like rainy days so much. The only time I don't love rain is when I have to drive in it. But if I'm just, you know, able to stay at home on a rainy day, well, that's one of my favorite things. Everyone, you know, close to me always says it. They'll be like, oh, it'll be raining a lot, you know, and they'll be like, oh, you must be happy. It's been raining all week. And I'm like, yep, sure am. Totally delighted. Okay, so here's that, here's also that shawl that I was showing you earlier on. I'm just going to grab a piece of this. Let's see. I kind of like the idea of it being along the edge like that versus that, I think. But I was wanting to put something along here. Let's see. I also grabbed some ribbon. This is the fussy stuff, which I do enjoy, but this is the fussy stuff that takes time. I want to make more ephemera. Let's put this here. I think the other one was just a little too bold. This is such a soft, so softly colored and everything, this printable. So again, these printables are from Tsunami Rose. She has a whole like Jane Austen section if you're into that thing. My mom loves Jane Austen. I have listened to the books on Audible, but I was never able to get into them. They couldn't hold my attention when I tried to read them. But I understand people adore and love them. So that's that. Simple, pretty, we have a postcard. So, okay, there is that. And we have a lot more of those. So I'm going to put those over to the side. I'm going to grab something different. So a writing board. I was chatting about those earlier. I think these might be really nice for writing boards. I need to go ahead and probably make at least 6. I've got 4 here. So let me trim down some more. So a writing board is a very flat, kind of sturdy board that you can put with your junk journals or use with your junk journals so that if you have a lot of pockets and folds and flips and ephemera, that you can write smoothly on your page. Ideally, it depends on what's on the back of your page, but yeah, so it's basically a writing surface that you put underneath as you're writing. So these are nice and big, and I like to make big writing boards. Yeah, you know, lightning can be very unsettling, for sure. Okay, so for my writing boards, I think like cereal box weight board is plenty heavy. So let's see what I've got over here. Another thing that I do is, this is from a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This piece of cardboard right here. So this will also work. And obviously I'm going to cover it. But then let's see how many writing boards. Looks like I could get 3 if I wanted them to be, but I want them to be a little bit longer, I think. So I think I'm only going to be able to get 2 on here. I'm definitely going to have to cover this. This makes me nervous. It's a very slick material. Let me see if I have another one. That one's too heavy. I keep just boards by my desk, wedged under my desk. I think I might use this cereal box as well. Okay, I'm gonna try this. What I'm gonna do is wrap it. If I wrap it, the slickness won't really matter. Okay, so my pages, I'm gonna do a 5-inch board here. So my writing board will be 5 inches wide. And then I think I'll do it by 8.5. That way it's the full length of my page and my journals. And it's wide enough, but it won't, you know, you can just kind of tuck it into the page. I think that's the right thing to do. I could have made it 5.5, but that's all right. Okay. So 8.5 by 5.5. I'll just make a couple of these here with y'all. What I'm gonna do, because this is extremely slick, I'm gonna wrap this. I'm gonna wrap it with my favorite brown paper. And all I'm gonna do is take this, I'm gonna put some glue stick and wet glue on it. It's gonna get wrinkly and I really don't mind that at all. Definitely putting a lot of this glue stick on here. This is my favorite, the Scotch Create glue stick. Oh, don't mind that. Okay. Put a little PVA just for good measure. All right. I'm gonna turn it over and just put it down like so. I'm glad you're doing good, Kim. So glad. See, it's a little lumpy on the back. Not bad. If I hadn't put the wet glue, it actually wouldn't be lumpy, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be covered. So it's fine. Let's do another one. Gosh, I wish I had something exciting to talk about, but I've just been hanging out, working, cleaning. I've just been, you know, the Stepford wife, very domestic. We went and saw the new Spider-Man before my husband left town, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, the artwork. I told him it just made me want to leave the theater, come straight home and start crafting. Like, I'm so energized by people who are so good at their craft, regardless of what their craft is. It doesn't have to be the same thing I do. just seeing people flourish with their artwork in whatever way, any way drives, you know, creativity and inspiration. And for me, it's very inspiring. And the animation of that film was shockingly good. It was funny because I tried to not go into it with very many expectations, because I loved the last Miles Morales Spider-Man and that animation and soundtrack. So I was like, okay, you can't expect him to do the same thing. And, you know, I was trying to lower my expectations. Well, they blew me away. And it was a cliffhanger. And I told my daughter, she's like, oh my gosh, when's the next one coming out? I was like, probably 3 years. And my husband and my son were like, no, it's going to be out in like 6 months. I was like, oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. So that was fun. We did that last weekend. I think I attended the most beautiful funeral I've ever seen yesterday. It was virtual, but it was just so beautiful, so wonderful. And funerals are hard for me because I just cry. I can't help it. I definitely think I'm like an empath. I pick up on people's feelings. I have feelings, and it just results in me crying a lot. And then I get so embarrassed. If you cry and you don't want to, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's always so frustrating when you don't want to be the one in the room crying, but you can't stop yourself. Ugh, that's me. Very sentimental and sensitive. I'm a highly sensitive person. But it was beautiful. It's just perfectly fitting for the person, and full of music, people performing, and it was just beautiful. Okay, now I don't have to worry about the fact that this board was slick because it's fully covered now. Sala, hi, how are you? Hey, Susie, good morning. I'm just sitting here gluing and not reading the comments, got my head down. I'm making writing boards right now, if you're curious, so that people will have a smooth surface to write on. So I had some board left over from smashing a 12 by 12 paper pad, which is my base. And I'm just covering it with my favorite brown masking paper, which I will come back and link later. I have an Amazon link for it. So I'm covering it with that. Made some postcards so far. We've collaged the back of some postcards. Just making some ephemera, trying to finish up these Anne of Green Gables journals. I just can't bear to get through another month of them not being done. I wanted to start them earlier this year. I was delayed in starting them, and then I keep putting them down and not finishing them. So I'm going to try to get them finished. I'm using alltsunami.net or Tsunami Rose on Etsy. I'm using all of her printables today. She has a whole Jane Austen section in her shop. And so that's what I'm using, because I think Anne would have had her hands all over some Jane Austen books. I've been trying to put more book-related ephemera in my Anne journals because, well, she was an avid reader, we all know. So that's what I've been working on. I am going to cover the back of this with just a piece of probably just patterned paper. All right, let's grab some girls. I really like this one. I mean, I'm going to end up using them all, but I like her, and I like them all. She's reading. Let's use her. So I think with these, again, I have to keep it simple because someone's going to be writing on these. So I'm just going to ink the edges and pretty much glue these down. Let's see, I don't have my typical colors in here. That's okay. Or my big brush, a little brush, and some walnut stain is the color I have. And I'm just distressing the edges of these, mainly because I might have left some white edge and I don't want it on there. Can also distress the edge of this. I so badly want to put a bow at the top of this, but I better not. Defeats the point of a writing board. I'm not going to go distress crazy. I'm just adding a little. I still want something else. I think I'm going to put like a little bit of washi here and call it a day on the front. Just keeping it very simple. I need to order some more of that Scotch glue. Oh, Kim, I don't know if I told you this, but I finally found your address. I have not been able to find your address, but I finally found it. Debbie, hi. How are you? Morning coffee, hanging out with me. I'm so honored. Hey, Debbie, did you re-release that journal that you did, that video? I haven't seen it come back through, which doesn't mean anything, but I want to see that video again. Debbie did a junk journal / mini album kind of mix up that is incredible. She used the 49 and Market collection, which is so smart, Debbie. Like, I really want to use more paper collections for some of my stuff because I know not everybody does printables. But to me, printables are irreplaceable for me, and the way that I craft for my journals. But I know not everyone does them. They don't want to. So, you know, I think it's great to show what you can do with paper collections. Like, you can do all the same things with paper collections. The problem is, I mean, not a lot of companies make, not a lot of the big companies that make your big paper pads and your ephemera kits and all your collections make stuff for junk journalers. You know, so that's why to me the printables are irreplaceable, because I can have images like this and things that I can't find in paper pads. And, you know, a lot of people have Cricuts and other machines that they use. And I just consider my printer like one of those kinds of machines. Like, I don't use a Cricut, but it's kind of the same principle of how I think of things. Let me grab some washi tape. I have a couple on my desk, but I don't think that this one might work. It's a little wide, actually. I want something more narrow. Ooh, this one's pretty. I like this one. I've been using this one lately. Of course, I'm always a sucker for yellow. Oh, yeah. I am going to put, this is pretty sticky washi tape, I have to say, but I am going to put glue on it. Trim off that edge, make it a little more straight than that even. There we go. So yeah, a writing board can be very simple, you guys. Nothing complicated. You definitely don't want to put any real bulky items on there. That'll mess the pencil up or pen. There we go. Debbie, what state are you in? I'm just curious. Where are you and Larry are parked? What part of the country you're hanging out? Well, Kim, hopefully I can just lull you back to sleep. I love it, Debbie. The 49th and Market was a perfect choice. It was so good. It was such a good choice. And I think you did a great job with it. I don't know if you saw the junk journal / mini album that I made a few months ago, but I did a construction, like a mini album. So I constructed my cover and spine like a mini album, but then I put junk journal, kind of like traveler's notebook almost, junk journaler inserts inside. It was lots of fun. My friend Tamara has that one. Brian, good morning. How are you? I think there's definitely a place for both to coexist. Okay, so let me just cover the back of these and we'll have 2 writing boards done. This journals, they do have like red and inside of them, and I have this scrap paper. Oops, sorry for knocking my camera. This will work. I'm going to cut this down. Okay. I'm going to cut it down to, let's do 8 1/4, because it was 8 1/2 and then it was 5. So let's do 4 3/4 for each one of these. The other side of this is pretty too, so we could do 1 of each. And we'll have 2 writing boards done. Just moving right along, you guys. That one's done. I should have put the red. There's some girls that have like a red curtain. That would have been good for this paper, but that's okay. I could always come back and even put more collaged paper on top of this if I wanted to. But I am totally fine with them being like this because they'll fit in the journal. They'll go with the journal. Okay, so 2 writing boards done. postcards are pretty much done. Let me see what else I printed. Let's see, I printed and cut out the envelopes. Let's see what else I got. Oh yeah, some journaling cards. And ephemera. And then we have some collage sheets. So let me get all of this stuff out. Some more items. Okay, these can go over here. All right. Journaling cards. I even have some tags. Oh, I think I know what I want to do with these. I think I want to make some tagged pockets with these. So I'm going to grab this bag. This is just a very used shopping bag. It's seen better days. So I'm going to use it. I like it because it's a very thick, sturdy bag. So it's different from my roll of paper, that masking paper, the brown paper I always use, because this is much thicker. All right. Grab my big dangerous scissors. What are you guys doing for Father's Day? That's this weekend, right? My hubby's out of town, so, and my father passed away 5 years ago, so we're not doing anything. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, use my ruler and tear some of this off. Is Larry here? Where's Larry? I love Larry so much. You guys are amazing. I was looking at our pictures from Enchanted Rock just the other day. I was printing up pictures for my husband to take with him to family members. And I printed up a couple of pictures from Enchanted Rock. I have them printed now, Debbie. Yeah, I'm just thinking about you guys. I just love you guys so much. I tried to, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this, Debbie. I tried to talk the family into getting an RV and hitting the road, living on the road for a while. No one bought into it. I'm alone. I'm the only one. Oh my gosh. I would need a craft room too, and that would just have to be a big old RV because we've got 2 kids. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sandra. Yeah. I'm telling you, once I wake up, it's over. Like, if I have one silly thought pop into my head, it doesn't matter what it is, my brain just gets going. And it's all over. I can't go back to sleep, no matter how hard I try. So I've been up since 4. this morning. I just couldn't go back to sleep. I did try. I laid in bed until 4:30 trying, and then I was like, all right, I'd rather be crafting than laying here trying to sleep. So I came into my craft room and started prepping for this video, printing my images out and getting a few things ready. Hi, Kristen. Good morning. Lawrence, hello. Oh, that's Larry. There you are. Well, we missed you too. I missed you. I was like, well, where is Larry? You're right there. We missed you guys too. Debbie said y'all might come back down. It made me so sad when she said, okay, we'll see you in a couple of years. I was like, couple of years? What? But I understand. We had hoped, we were planning a trip in July. We were going to take the kids and go to Los Angeles and camp along the way there and camp along the way back. And then we had a family emergency that, you know, that was no longer an option. So we're going to have to postpone that and try that again. It's going to happen one of these days. I didn't see where y'all are at. Where are y'all at right now? Are you guys in Florida? Hopefully you're up in some cool place, like, and when I mean cool, I don't mean that Florida is not cool, but like temperature cool, like Vermont. Somewhere like that. Let's see, let's put this up here. I'm going to use some ribbon on this. Move her down a little bit. I want some of this embossing here. I can even fold that over the side to decorate the back a little bit. Oh, and I have just scraps and things everywhere, so let's just keep doing that. Larry, I think I've won Debbie over to the dark side of paper crafting. And by dark side, I mean junk journaling, which this morning, as I dangerously navigated my craft room, so close to peril many times, was like, oh my gosh, junk journaling is dangerous. It's dangerous. Piles of books and all this fabric. I just need to pick things up. I don't think you have to worry because Debbie's so organized. But that loft might really get taken over. Okay, so put this down. I like how she's kind of looking up like, oh, really? At least that's what I'm thinking. When I was printing out my printables this morning, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about, but some of these guys' body language, I'd be like, don't come at me like that. Oh, no, sir. No, that will not do. You need to go sit down. Unless you're telling me how great, like, oh my gosh, that junk journal looks amazing. What? You made that? That's the only way they could be coming at me with that kind of body language. Otherwise, I'd have to tell them to go sit down. They look a little too intense. The things that run through my head. Okay, So now I want to put a couple of holes at the top here. Oh, my friends, someone sent me I think it was Angela, sent me the guide for this thing, like which one of these turns, and I need to print it, so obviously I haven't. Because yeah, I struggle with the eyelets, having the correct combination here to get the best looking back for my eyelets. But I'm going to keep going anyways. See if I can find two matching colors here. And we'll tie some ribbon through this. And this will just be, you know, a tag. And someone can write on the back. That's why I didn't end up putting too much on the back. And now that we have all these layers of paper, it's pretty sturdy. Do y'all ever find like YouTube creators and you like totally fall in love with them, but they're taking a break? They're not really making YouTube videos anymore. Oh, it always makes me a little bit sad. Like, I'm happy I found them, but I'm a little sad they're not still making videos. That worked out. Yeah, that'll work. I can live with that. Especially because it's going to have some ribbon through it. Let me get some ribbon. I want a big fat bow on that. Here we go. I like this one. The blue and the pink. Oh boy, new carpet. That'll be nice. I bet you are ready for them to get their stuff out of your craft room though. Are y'all in Vermont? Really? Did I guess that right? Just out of thin air? Did that really happen? Yeah. Okay. Tuck this little bit down there. So once to play nice, there we go. We'll do it with this one too. Okay, that's fun. We have a tag. I'm trying to show y'all lots of different ephemera. I'm obviously going to go back now, but see, this will be pretty in a journal. I got some adhesive here. I know how to fix that. Yeah, so I don't want to like bore you with making like 8 of the same thing. So I'd rather give you different ideas. We'll make one more thing. Then I'll let you go and I'll go. What time is it? 6:30? Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, but something. I'll either keep crafting, go back to sleep, something like that. Something completely thrilling. I like both of those things, crafting and sleeping. Okay, so grab an old worn out bag and make yourself some really large tags. Alrighty then. I'm going to try to separate my projects now, the complete from the incomplete. Which, I mean, I really haven't completed that much, but we made a lot of progress. Let's just say that. And I'm all right with that. That's what we've completed so far. These, I'm just going to tear these apart. Again, I tried printing on my tea-dyed paper, and my printer absolutely hated it. I made an agreement not to do that again. But I'm still going to use this. I figured the old printing presses had their issues too. So it'll be all right. You guys, I'm so interested in that Better Press. Anybody else from Spellbinders? I'm interested. I'm curious. And here's why. I kind of want to make my own like junk journal covers with it. And I think it would be so cool because it embosses. But I don't know if it would on that kind of like substrate or not. Like, I don't know how thick I can go. I wish I could test it, you know, on some materials before I made the commitment. I've always stayed away from like hot foiling and all that because it's just like, oh my gosh, another group of supplies to buy. Then you got to buy the dies and the foil and the machine and all these things. I'll just stick to paper. And this is kind of like that too, right? Where it's like, okay, if you buy the press, then you got to get the dies and you got to get the plates and all the things. We'll see. I'm just curious. It sparked my curiosity. So these are just plain pieces of ephemera that I'll put in the junk journal just like this because it is printed on a really crunchy coffee dyed paper. And I just wanted them to feel like old advertisements. So those are done. Looky there. I've got some tags. Let's see. Got these ladies that I just used to make those large tags. We can just keep working too on our postcards, which I had collaged the back of these as one group back at the beginning of this video. I think I'll just keep working on those for now and work for about 10 more minutes and say goodbye. Hi, Tamara. How are you? I was just talking about your journal this morning, the one that you got, that you bought for me. Thank you so much. That was like a junk journal / mini album. Because Debbie at Project 39 Mini Albums, she just made kind of a combo junk journal mini album. And it made me think of yours. I hope you're writing in it and enjoying it. All right. So I'm just distressing the edges with some pink. This is just a pink dirty brush, so I don't know what color it is. It's usually the color I use. My brushes have so much ink in them that I rarely need to dip them in ink. I just use whatever's on there. All my brushes are designated, you know, by the rainbow, so if I just want some pink on something, I'll grab the dirty pink brush. If I want green. I'll grab the dirty green brush and so on. I saw some cool, I've been seeing some creative different versions of the brushes, but I just use, these are makeup brushes from Amazon, really inexpensive. This JPNK, I have been using these for like 5 years now, and I don't have like brush, like the bristles of the brushes don't fall out. Like, they're just amazing. I think I made like a $30 investment back in the day. That was 5 years ago. And I got all the brushes I needed. And they have been holding up, standing the test of time in my craft room, which means they're like basically beast mode brushes if they can deal with me for 5 years. Oh, Tamara, I hope that they give you some relief, dear. Good luck. Have a good day. Hope you get to come back and rest and craft. Glad you're using your journal. Okay, so now those are all distressed. Let's just grab a few. Like, that's really plain, that's really plain. These not so much. Okay, these are pretty plain. So then we'll do the same thing I did on this other one here. Now on this one I did emboss. So I don't think I'll emboss these, but I will add this trim. Which reminds me, I got this out for a different reason. I'm going to grab my journal and show you why I pulled this out and what I want to do with it. There we go. Oh, can hardly walk. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, Tamara. One of my hips is really out of alignment, and when I was pregnant with my daughter, I could not walk unless I went to the chiropractor twice a week for an adjustment, and that was basically my entire pregnancy with her. I can relate, is all I'm trying to say. Oh, and we lived in a 2-story house back then. That was rough. And I was chasing a toddler, my very busy, very active little guy. Oh, man. So easy. Grab your fancy Dollar Tree ribbon for the final touch. I kind of want to put like some flowers, some fussy cut flowers on here. I don't know if I have any cut is the problem. Oh, cool. Go finish up that video, Debbie. It was wonderful hanging out with you. I'm about to go as well. Hope you and Larry have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hope I'll have these done for Crafty Goals. My next Crafty Goals video, my main goal is just to get these journals done. Oh my gosh. Just want to get them done. One of them is spoken for. I'm going to be sending one of them to my friend Rhonda. She wants one of these Anne of Green Gables journals. I might keep one unless I'm just totally fed up with them by then. No, Not fed up. I just put them down when I kind of get frustrated. I don't want to put that kind of energy into them. I want to enjoy the process. So if I start to get a little frustrated, it's mainly just with myself, then I just put them down. But yay, those are done. Cute. So now I have 4 of those. And then we've got these other 4. Let's do something different with these. They're really decorated on this side. I'm good with that side. Let's flip them over and see what we can do with this side of them. Which actually, I really like this side too. Just like a little piece of ephemera on each one. Let's see. Don't mind me, I'm just going through some ephemera real quick like. Oh, I think I'll use these Tim Holtz folders maybe for some of these. That might be fun. Okay, I've got these squares, but they're just squares. Oh, I have these from Happy Mail. I don't know if I've shown y'all that video yet. I need to go back and look. My friend Cheryl sent me these. And they do have, I don't know if this is Chinese or what language this is, but I think the images are just gorgeous. So my plan was to cut off the script on them, and I just think they're gorgeous. So I think I'll actually pick these, which is essentially kind of like, I don't know. Those squares, I probably wouldn't have bought them, y'all, if I knew that they were just squares, but it is what it is. Those are from my Scrappy Shack haul. See, it's an easy fix. I can throw this in the trash and then have this beautiful piece. This one's going to be a little more tricky, but still fine. This one might look better if it was cut down to a square, more a square, or I guess it's more like a rectangle. We could put that on there. This is the big idea I had for these. Just cut off the language. I don't know what it says. No idea. But I love them. They're beautiful. Still gonna use them. Okay, cool. So there's that. That'll be our ephemera. I think I'll layer it with something else. Do I want to back them? This one's not straight. It's bugging me. It's better. Still not straight. Let's see. How about I back them with a little bit of this bag? Something like that. Really don't want to cover up too much. I'm going to leave that one just like that. I'm just going to glue that one down just as it is. Have a great day, Kristen. Have a wonderful day. There we go. Not loving it, but it's okay. There is a really pesky, annoying fly in here. It's like the year of the fly around here. Every time I open the back door to let my dog in or out, a fly comes in. Like, You can bet on it. It's going to happen. We've never had a year like that here, but there's always one insect, right? There's always one every year that seems to rule. Nice. I can live with that. I like it. Okay. And that one's done. Okay. I'm going to glue these down, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to do one file folder, and then I'll let you guys go. I mean, y'all can go anytime. But one more. One more project. And hopefully one of these projects will be something that you'll want to try. And I'll be closer to getting these journals done. Okay. Alrighty. Those are all done. Let's see. So I got these Tim Holtz file folders, and then I have 5 file folders in my digitals kits as well that I've, always see or use. No, I don't always use them. I don't really know what to do with these a lot of times. Ooh, I like that polka dot one. And let's use this one, and maybe this one. Let's just start with those. I don't know. I don't know what to do with them, you guys. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing with them is make mini journals with them, because I used to make my own file folders and make journals. Here, I'll grab one to show you what I'm talking about. They always sell really well at my craft fairs. These things just fly off my table at my craft fairs, and I just use a file folder to make them. And then I just put plain tan paper in them. I might put a little piece of ephemera. I put a pocket in the front and the back. And like, I sell these for like $5 at my craft fair. So I don't put a ton of detail into them, but then they have a pocket on the front where I can put, like, I'll put a tea-dyed piece in there. And then I just mainly focus on decorating the front of these. So these are journals that I've been making for years now, and they always sell well. They do well in my craft fairs. So that's the only thing I can think of for things like this. I don't know. But I was thinking this could go on here. Now these might be a little big, so I'll have to trim them down. I could take more off this side without losing her. There we go. Now she fits. Oh, I like her. She's got the, this is my shape. She's shaped like me. I like her. There we go. And then, I mean, that pretty much takes up the whole front, doesn't it? I'm going to trim these down. This one. And then I'll go around and kind of add this distressing back in. Yes. Okay. You know what might be fun? I think I know what we can do with these. I think it'd be fun to make this, like, for these journals, to add some fabric pieces into these. I think that would be fun. So let's play on that idea. Okay, so let me distress this edge again here. And I'm going to have to do all 4 sides so that it makes sense. Matches. There we go. And I want to do this edge for these that I tore. I could put a little lace. If I move it over here, I can put like a trim or a lace there, so I might do that. Same thing for this girl. My mom's reading a Jane Austen book as we speak. I can't remember which one it was. She took it on a trip that we took last weekend, the weekend before last. It's all running together. The weekend before last, 2 weeks ago. She had it with her. My mom has always been an avid reader. I mean, she could read a book in a day, 2 days easy. I remember growing up, like, she would always go by the public library before work, and before she'd drop me off at school, and she'd get a new book, and we'd just go to the public library like 3 days a week so she could get another book to read when I was growing up. In fact, they would open a little early for her. The librarian would open up a little early for my mom to come get her book. So sweet. Okay. Those were different days, weren't they? Community. It was all about community. My mom was a city manager and city secretary throughout her career for like 35 years. And I watched her make such a difference in people's lives. Very inspirational. My family did community service my whole life. I'm trying to start a community service homeschool group myself, because I think it's just so important for kids to learn to serve. My son is serving in our church now. He was kind of promoted to help with the children's Sunday school group, which is hilarious because last week he was helping with his sister's class. A bunch of 4th and 5th graders. I thought he would be working with younger ones, but he was working with them, and it went really well. My kids get along really well, so it worked out. Okay. Oops. Okay, so what I'm thinking is of adding fabric on the inside of these, like kind of stapled to the top, and then whoever gets these journals, they'll be able to cut pieces off and embellish things. Bye, Cordelia. Raining, yay. Oh, take care, Cordelia. Cordelia just started her journaling, you guys, her journal making. I'm so proud of her. It's like a proud mom moment. And she's like a natural. She's doing amazing. I've seen some pictures she shared with me. Yeah, I think these would make fun little fabric file folders. I haven't seen them used that way yet. I haven't thought of it until now. So that's what I'm going to do. I like this little bit of trim on each one. Aw, so cute. Okay, I'm just moving those to the side real quick. This one, think I'll put the trim down at the bottom, even though I had cut it to go along the edge. That's okay. I'll just put the remainder into my little scrap box, which is overflowing again. Always in a state of overflowing. Oh, hi Susan, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm glad you stumbled onto the live. I woke up at 4 this morning, tried to go back to sleep and couldn't, so I'm crafting. Thought I'd do a live with you guys. I got all caught up on my collage, which makes me happy. And gonna have some card videos coming out and different things, but I wanted to finish my Anne of Green Gables journals and work with some Jane Austen stuff. Okay, so now I need to grab like some trims and fabrics and things that I could put in here. I have some things in mind. Let me grab them real quick. Okay. You guys, I bought a little iron. It's a little mini iron. I love this fabric. I think it's so pretty. Look at this. This thrift store that I shop at, 1.5 yards, 75 cents. Isn't this pretty? So I grabbed that. These other ones really need to be ironed. I have this one, which is also really pretty. And then I have this one, which these all have been laundried, so that's good. So I think these three would be really pretty together. Now let me see, because these are literally scraps. Let's just see, I don't need a ton because these are pretty small little file folders. I think I definitely need my little mini iron to iron these out. Okay. We'll have one of these that's long and one that's short. And it's okay if they hang outside of the folder a little bit. I don't mind that. See, and someone will be able to take like little snippets as they decorate their journal. This one will have a short one. One of these will. Okay, and we need one more piece. Oh yeah, and I have that button one. 1 p.m. in the UK. Nice. Good afternoon. Hope it's a good day there so far. There we go. Okay, so the yellow is done. I was given a big bag of scrap fabric, you guys, and it's just amazing. Like, basically it was meant to be. Like, it just was meant to be. I was meant to get that fabric. I don't know if anyone else would have appreciated it like I did, because there really was like a lot of scraps. But for me, I was like, oh, this is junk journal gold here. And I have a feeling like somebody like cleaned it out of somebody else's house, like an aunt or someone. Okay, I'm just ripping and tearing fabric, trying to figure which edge I want to use. kind of want some of that pink for sure in these pieces. Anyways, I feel like, you know, someone cleaned it out of their aunt's house or something like that. And I became the benefactor, and I got it all, washed it all, and I didn't even look at it really before I washed it. I just separated it into color family, and then washed it all and dried it all, and then I got to go through it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be able to do so much with this, and whoever it belonged to before would be so honored that her scraps were loved, because I could tell she was very scrappy. My mom volunteers and helps out with a couple of places, and she had picked it up for me. So, all right. The bag was marked for quilting, fabric for quilting, and I was like, or junk journaling. I'll take it. Okay. Let's see. Just unrolling this real quick. Like, this is a different kind of material. This is like a stretchy, I don't know what you call it. It's got, I don't think I'm going to be able to tear it. No, this is not one of the, well, no, this is not one of those. You got to just cut this one. I don't know enough about fabric to know what this is. Cotton is my jam. All I want to wear is cotton because it's breathable. I'm going to cut this one into shorter strips. Wow, this stuff would be, I'm afraid this would be like a nightmare to sew with for me. Anyways, because I'm not keen on skills. It's difficult even just to cut a straight line. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm going to grab my mini iron. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Isn't she cute? Oh my goodness. It's just like a little mini iron. I got it off of Amazon. I don't know if it's any good because I haven't used it yet. We're going to try it out together. We're going to find out together, but I wanted something small for this purpose right here, for when I'm making a journal or doing something with fabric and have material. Wonder. Wow, heats up fast. Hi T, you just woke up? Well, good morning. Huh. Feels weird. Probably because I'm ironing on glass. What do you think? That could have something to do with it. Let me, ooh, look at how hot it is. Can you see the steam coming off this thing? Dang, I'm gonna turn it down. She's hot. All right. let's see. I really kind of need like a towel or something to iron on. Now I need a mini ironing board. You get a mini iron, then you need a mini ironing board, right? I'm going to use this fabric here. It feels really weird going across the fabric, but it works. Look at that. Wow. Impressive. It doesn't just glide very easily though. It's like, I want to just like kind of press. Yes. I think this thing was like, good morning. I think it was like $10. This is not the iron's fault here. This is this weird fabric. I'm sure it's like fabric you're not supposed to iron too. Wish this was cotton. That would be awesome. Okay, so you guys, for that are just tuning in, I'm using these Tim Holtz file folders to make little like fabric swatch books to go inside my journals. And then I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to put them together. Then I'm going to show you everything I made. And then I'm going to be shutting down, headed to work since it's 7:15. Oh, I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. Okay, I like its size. It does iron fabric, but it does not like move. It looks like it has like a non-stick kind of slick surface, but it doesn't just like glide across the fabric like I want it to. Okay, but it worked. So let me turn it off. All right, and unplug it. All right, get rid of my ironing board. I have to put this somewhere safe. Hold on. Danger, danger. Do y'all ever watch paper crafters who have like a candle lit on their table? It makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. Okay, so I have these are the Tim Holtz file folders that I grabbed, and I just put a quick piece of ephemera and trim on the front, and then I'm going to put fabric on the inside. And just be like a little swatch. Okay, so this one be our smallest. I think I'll also use some of this. I'll put some of this in there. I kind of have to let the flowers dictate what I cut on these, how wide they are. Just a nice piece of trim here. All right, let's get one of these put together. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, this piece of fabric. Something like this. I'm gonna put this underneath. And then I think I'll just attach it with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to this file folder. And it'll just pop right in to the journal. And then when someone's done with the fabric, they can, you know, take the staple out and turn it into some other kind of folder if they want. I don't think that the colors necessarily are like, oh, perfect, but it works. It'll work. Like, I think softer fabric, like colored fabrics would go better, but these work with the journal that I'm making, so it'll be fine. Oh, you just got some of these? Oh, cool. Yeah, let me show you. I used to make file folder journals like these. They always sell really well in my Etsy shop and at my craft fairs. So this is how I would typically probably use those folders. But I was trying to think of something different. And I thought, oh, well, maybe some fabric swatches. I like them. I don't know where you got them, but I got mine from the Scrap Shack. Actually using T, Not Afraid of Colors, discount code or affiliate link. And they were on sale for like, well, the sell sticker's still in there, $4.49 for a pack of them. So definitely just check out Scrap Shack, Scrappy Shack. Yesterday was Wacky Wednesday. T, I'm always checking Wacky Wednesday now. But on Wacky Wednesday, I think that's what they call it. They put things on sale just for that day, like a flash sale every Wednesday. So that's cool. Okay, one last one, and I'm gonna show you guys what we made today, and then off I go. Okay, this little roly-poly. Oh, maybe if I just staple it, it'll behave. Behave, fabric. Put another piece on top. God, I had weird dreams last night. I think that's why I couldn't sleep. Okay. I'm gonna make this fabric behave. I'm gonna trim the yellow one just a little bit. I like it peeking out. Let's see, let's close it. Yeah, it's a little sloppy. Let's trim it down. Oh, that's a good idea, to glue it to scrap paper to make it lay flat. I'll let someone else do it, T. I'm gonna let that be somebody else's project. There. Now I don't mind it hanging out the top and the bottom a little bit. That's not bothering me. I'll make it look a little more intentional though, I think. Like just about the same out of the top and the bottom. That feels right. Tiny attacher for the win. There we are. All right, you guys. So we have 3 of those. Let me show you everything that I made real quick. Of course, you can go back and catch the replay. I was just trying to make a bunch of ephemera today. And instead of making a lot of each thing, I tried to make a variety of things to give you guys ideas, to exercise my brain. So one of the things that we made were the postcards. So I did 4 of them that I kept the front kind of just basic and just distressed with some pink ink around the edges. And then the back, of course, is collaged. So 4 of those. Then I did 4 postcards that have trim, and the back is collaged. So I've got 4 of those. This one I did emboss. Okay, then we did these, which is that last project that we did, the little fabric flip book. Fun. And I just love that, like, once this is gone, this can still be used. So 3 of those. Just some plain ephemera that I had printed on my tea-dyed paper, and my printer hated that experience, so I won't be doing that again. But I think it looks great. It's very basic. It just looks like old ads that were torn out of newspapers or something. I mean, sometimes you just keep it simple, right? I made this large tag out of a gift bag. I just put some paper here, use this piece here, put some embossing on it. I mean, just real simple stuff, eyelet, ribbon. So this is just like a large journaling space / tag. And then I made 2 writing boards so that someone can tuck this in the pages of the journal. Let me grab one of my journal page signatures to show you. So this is the journals that these are going into anyways. So if someone wants to write and not get bumpy lines, they can tuck this behind it and write. So it's very simple, basic writing boards. I made them as tall as the pages, but not as wide as the pages. I made them 5.5. Wait, I made them 5 by 8.5. So I made 2 writing boards as well. All right, guys, that's everything. The Creative Gram. Hi. This journal's not quite complete yet. Still, all of these, still got some work to do. I've still got some blank pages to cover. I've got belly bands to stuff. But I think these are going to be so pretty tucked into these journals wherever they land. Let's see. This one here has this fold out pocket. Like that could tuck into the fold out pocket. It could go anywhere. You clip it anywhere. So, oh, the eyelet. When I had gotten that trim out, see, these pages are designed, they have this lace at the top. I was thinking I could put actual lace over that, and that this was about the right size. I'm going to snip this off here. Anyways, I was thinking I could put this at the top and the bottom of these pages. These are my front cover pages to the journals. Put one here. Put another one down here. I think that'll be so nice. I cannot wait to finish these. This is my PVA glue. It will hold this no problem at all forever. It's amazing. So you don't have to have Fabric Fix or Fabri-Tac. You can just use PVA on something like this. Cool, so that's what I had gotten this out for. Well, you guys, that's it. I'm off on an adventurous work day. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'll try to have a card video out for y'all tomorrow. And yeah, hope you have a good weekend. It's almost here. We're inching closer and closer to a weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. You got some inspiration, and I will see you guys next time. Love y'all. Bye.